What's up, funky YouTube, and welcome to episode 9 of my weekly Funk Date. I'm going to be talking some Monday motivation. This week's bass player to listen to is Bootsy Collins. We'll take a look at the bass line of Canned Heat by Jamiroquai, what I've been up to, and all things funk and bass. I hope you enjoy it, and subscribe below. Let's get funky. Today I have two motivations because I thought they kind of fit together well. The first one is your body can stand almost anything. It's your mind that you have to convince. And the second motivation is impossible, said pride. It's risky, said experience. It's pointless, said reason. Give it a try, said ambition. I think these two quotes fit well together because it's really about your brain power and using your mind to motivate yourself to meet your goals. Your mind may pull you in a different directions, but you need to get your goals in your sight and continue the process to reach those goals no matter what negative thoughts you may be feeling. Your brain is your biggest asset, so you need to keep your thoughts positive and keep yourself motivated through your thoughts to overpower any negative thoughts or laziness you may be experiencing. Not only do some of these thoughts occur in your own mind, but other people may manifest these thoughts in yourself. You can't worry about what other people are thinking of you. You have to keep focused on your goals because that's what you were here to do, and that's what you feel like that's what you need to be doing. Make your brain and your ambition your biggest asset and work towards your goals consistently, and you will reach them. That's a really smart thing to say, and I think that's true. So keep focused. Let your mind have positive thoughts. Keep those positive thoughts going to lead to positive actions, and those actions will lead you towards your goals. So that's my Monday motivation for today. This week's bassist to listen to is Bootsy Collins. He's a bassist and musician, singer, and songwriter from the funkiest of cities, Cincinnati, Ohio. Ohio has all the funk. I've talked about it before on these weekly funk dates. So I don't know what Ohio did, but Bootsy Collins is another one coming out of Ohio. He's one of James Brown's bassists. He was a big part of Parliament Funkadelic with George Clinton. And he had some other projects like Hardware, Praxis, and Science Faction. He was number 18 on Bass Player Magazine's list of the 100 greatest bass players of all time, which I think he got kind of robbed because I'd put him higher. But I'm not part of the magazine, so I don't make those choices. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1997, and he's definitely one of the most recognizable funk musicians from his look and his legacy, and really everything he's done in his career with the bass. So some of my favorite bass lines of his, I'm going to start with his James Brown stuff, Sex Machine, Talking Loud and Saying Nothing, Super Bad, and Soul Power. These songs are all funky and they're great. And I love James Brown, and I love Bootsy Collins' bass playing while he's playing with James Brown. James doesn't like bass players doing fills, and he doesn't really like the whole percussion section doing fills, and I think that makes the groove really tight, and it just keeps everything moving forward. With George Clinton in Parliament Funkadelic, some of my favorite bass lines are Flashlight, One Nation Under the Groove, Give Up the Funk, Not Just Knee Deep, P-Funk, Funky UFO, Dr. Funkenstein, Mothership Connection, Up for the Downstroke, Bop Gun, and Aqua Boogie. These are all super funky songs. If you haven't gotten into George Clinton, he has some great albums, and there are a ton of them, so you can get funky for a real long time on that discography. Some of my favorite of Bootsy's solo stuff, some of my favorite songs there are Bootzilla, What's a Telephone Bill, Stretching Out, Munchies for Your Love, and the name is Bootsy Baby. And an interesting band he was in is Science Faction. It had Buckethead in it and stuff, and one of my favorite songs there is Looking for Eden, where it's kind of Buckethead shredding and Bootsy playing along with it, and it's pretty funky. One thing I didn't mention about Bootsy is he's got a very interesting bass tone. He used a lot of synthesizers and envelope filters, and he just got super funky and wet with the envelope filters. So make sure to check those out. He's a funk master if you haven't dug deep into his music, so you need to do that and educate yourself on some funk. This week's bass line of the week is Canned Heat by Jamiroquai. This is a disco funk song. It was their second single from their 1999 Synchronized album. Reached number 1 on the US dance charts. This is bassist Nick Fife. And this was the first studio album without Stuart Zender, who is also one of my favorite bassists ever. But Nick fit right in this funky, groovy tune. And this is definitely my favorite song from this album. It's also one of my favorite songs in general from Jamiroquai. And Nick's bass line is very bouncy. He uses a lot of octaves to get that funky feel, dance bass line groove to it. So check that out, and it's going to be on the Spotify playlist. And one other thing about the song is that it actually got like kind of repopularized by Napoleon Dynamite because it was the song that he used to dance at the end of that movie. This week's cover video is Good as Hell by Lizzo. I've covered one other Lizzo song that was called Truth Hurts, which is also very popular and on the radio. I love Lizzo for the same reasons that I said on the Truth Hurts cover when I talked about it on a previous episode. It's all positive and feel-good music, and you can't really go wrong with that, in my opinion. So I just think that's really cool. The melody in the song is interesting because it's kind of half rap, half singing, so I kind of had to feel the rap, rhythms and then go into some melodies, and it was not hard to play, but it was just fun to play because it was kind of different from the usual pop song. I also threw a little solo in the vocal break there because I thought it felt good and it sounded right, so hope you enjoyed that part too. The bass line of the song is pretty repetitive, so I did some improvising on it. I just did some fills really at the end of some of the passages to spice it up a little bit, so I hope you enjoyed it. The link is in the description below. Check it out. Let me know what you think. If you want me to do a specific cover, comment in the comments below, and I'll try to get to that. Other YouTube releases. I haven't released anything else this week. I finished the freshman orientation the last time. I have some live performance and live clips I have that I haven't uploaded that I really need to, so I'm going to do that this week, and I'll get some of those out to you starting this week. Video games, I haven't really been playing that much, to be honest with you, but again, I watched a lot of fighting this weekend. There were some good UFC fights in Russia on Saturday afternoon with Greg Hardy and some other folks, and I also watched the Logan Paul KSI fight on Saturday night, the battle of the YouTubers. I figured, me being on YouTube, I should see what these guys are doing. They obviously made a lot of money from it, but the fights were pretty bad, and Logan Paul doesn't keep his hands up. So that's why you get hit in the face. So it wasn't really good boxing, but I guess it was entertaining. Next week, I'm thinking about doing the cover of Post Malone featuring Young Thug, Goodbye. It's been playing on the radio a lot, and I like the melody of it, so I figured I should cover the melody of it, play the bass line, and put it out there for you guys. So I'll probably be doing that. I'm going to be putting out those live videos, like I said. If there's anything else you want to see me do, maybe some lessons on something or anything like that, just put them in the comments and I'll try to get those to you. And I will see you next week. Stay funky. Peace. Hey, this is Professor John. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up below and leave a comment. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're interested in some free music of mine, please check out my website, www.professorjohnmusic.com. Also, I'm active on social media, especially on Twitter and Instagram. So if you want to leave me a message there, I'll be sure to get back to you shortly. All right, thanks, and stay funky.